girl chat. It is girl chat. It is girl chat. It is girl chat. It is girl chat. It's your girl Bree, and I'm back again with another video. Welcome back to my channel. Guys, I am so sorry that I think I've been missing for like 2 to 3 weeks now here on YouTube, and there's a good reason why. So much stuff has been happening with me and my family, physically, with work, with me traveling, going all over the place. I know you guys saw my last video was my vlog in Puerto Rico for my friend's her birthday vlog, my friend Kia. And you guys liked it. You guys liked that I was in Puerto Rico having the time of my life. If you don't follow me on my Instagram, _Brianna Simple. You can see all those pictures and all those videos that I did take while I was on vacation. So my last video, like I said, was the vlog. And I decided to do a girl chat video this week because I haven't done girl chat in a very long time. I think this is episode 5. And I decided to do a video. So while I was on Instagram, I did a poll if you guys wanted to talk about change or if you wanted to talk about body shaming. And I got 50% of y'all voted on change and 50% of you guys voted on body shaming. So I thought that I should definitely do a video on change because change is something that I've been dealing with for the past, I'm going to say 5 years in total. And I think that's something great to talk about. A lot of people don't like to talk about change and, you know, the pros and cons of changing, or just the pros and cons of just not just changing you as a person, but your life changing, your aura changing, your area and circumstances are changing. So I think body shaming would be a great topic to talk about further down the line on my girl chat series, because I am a plus size woman. And I know that's something that everybody, you know, have issues with, or, you know, kind of feel uncomfortable about. But I think for this girl chat, we're going to talk about change. So let's get into the video. All right, guys. So what does change mean, right? And I found a definition that change means to either alter, modify, which means to make something more different. Now, change in itself, y'all, is super complicated. But let's talk about the cons. There's cons and pros to change, right? And I think that's something that, again, is very hard to talk about. But I want to deal with the cons. I like when somebody say, do you want the good news or the bad news? I feel like we should talk about the bad stuff first and then get into the good stuff. So let's talk about the cons. The cons of change is, 1, discomfort. It's very uncomfortable to go through change or to accept change. I think it's just something that happens naturally. You know, in this world, look at how the world was on pause. That was a big change for us people who are extroverts who like to be outside and stuff. That was a big change, to be home for like 6 months, not doing anything, looking at 4 walls. Change is just uncomfortable. That's just something that happens. You know, we don't have control over that. Change can cause depression because it's something new, it's something different, and you're coming out of your comfort zone. So you're doing something that's completely different from your norm. So that can be depressing. Change could be disbelief. When you're going through something, it's hard to believe and accept that you're going through that thing because a change is happening. Change could also cause jealousy. And I say that because when you're changing you as a person, people don't know how to accept that. And I'll give you a perfect example in the forms of why change for a con deals with jealousy. I think when I decided to accept and love who I was fully, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, people had an issue with that. A lot of people, a lot of my circles of friends got smaller. A lot of them changed because I accepted who I was, because I understand that I was going through a change. I think when you're young and you're in school, or when you're young and you're trying to figure out who you are, it takes a lot of moving and, you know, demeanoring. So you're trying to figure out like who you are. And so you go through the changes of life. Like, okay, I think more in the beginning, I was a very emotional person. I cried about everything. I never had a backbone. But as I got older and went through more trauma and more difficult situations and tribulations and trials with my family and myself, period, I changed to be a more focused, a more stern, a more serious person. And that, you know, can be uncomfortable for a lot of people. Or I just generally changed my vibe, meaning that I'm more of a positive, outgoing person. Like, I'm no longer always upset about nothing. I don't have the energy to be mad. And sometimes some people need you to be that person for them to be great. Because you know how crazy that is? Sometimes people need you to be angry, upset for them to flourish. Or sometimes people need you to be dependent on them for them to be great. So when you're no longer dependent on them, or when you're changing for yourself, you know what? I'm not going to be so much dependent on A, B, and C. I'm going to start being independent on myself. They take offense to that because they're like, well, I can't flourish because Brianna don't need me no more. Brianna this, Brianna that. No, Brianna's changing. You should be great and happy for her. Applaud her. She no longer cries. Applaud her. She no longer says she doesn't love herself. Applaud her. She thinks that she's beautiful. You would think that people will support your change, but sometimes people don't. It sucks that people don't want to support you changing and becoming a better you. And I think I went through that. A lot of people couldn't accept the fact that I was more of a stern person. Another example, when my brother died, I think I became meaner because I didn't know how to accept or, again, change. I couldn't accept. I was in disbelief that Brandon died. So because the fact that I was in disbelief, it made me change into a bitter person. So that's a con. When you're going through something changes dramatically. I'm consistently used to seeing my brother in my house 24/7, always here, always talking to him, going out with him, buying stuff with him, traveling with him. And he's no longer on the plane with me when I go to Jamaica. He's no longer in the house when we give our mom flowers for Mother's Day. He's no longer in the house when we're making jokes at my dad. That's hard to accept and believe. So then you change as a person. And I think I went through a very tumultuous time through that change when I had to understand that Brandon was no longer here, because I was in disbelief. And I feel like once I accepted that, I was no longer that bitter person, because I had to like accept the fact that he's no longer here and I had to let him go, you know. But that's just the con parts of like change. There's also pros when it comes to change, and some of them are new opportunities. Hello. Change is always good when there's a pro. I mean, it's harsh when it's a con, but it's great when it's a pro. New opportunities for change. I grew in my job immensely. I started off as a regular just associate. I would just close at my job. You guys know I work in retail, and I would just close at my job and just fold clothes and stuff. And then as time went on, a change happened. I started becoming more independent. I started becoming boss-like. I start moving differently to where like my peers and my superior, like my managers and stuff, was like, wow, Brianna, she doing her thing. So gradually I changed and evolved and became a superior, which I think is great, because that's something I think that needed to happen, might I say. Or I'm just happy that it did happen, because it's a change, but it was a good change. What else? You get a different perspective on life when things change. I think, again, too, when you're in a situation when you accept the fact that you no longer like are accepted, or you no longer belong in a certain group of people, you could become a better person because you accepted the fact that you are no longer there. You know what I'm saying? So that's like a different perspective. You thinking differently. Okay. So I think, and it's okay to, this is just a side note. It's okay to outgrow people, and it's okay to, you know, go through life. I think sometimes God puts people in your life for seasons and reasons. And I think it's okay to go through the motion of things. Real quick, y'all like my background? I know that was way off, but my favorite color is pink, and y'all like this background? It's a pink background. Rainbow thing on up now. My bad, guys. That was a side note. But, like, what was I saying? It's okay to accept the fact that people are no longer, like, in your life, and you change your social circle. And I think changing your social circle is super dynamic in many different reasons, because I think it allows you to evolve as a person. And people don't understand, change may be difficult, but it's also necessary. I think the person that I was, I'm about to be 30, y'all. Well, I'm not really about to be 30. I'm dragging it. I'll be 28 this year. But I think the person that I was at 17, let's do a 10-year span. I'm 27 now, right? I think the person that I was 17 is not the person that I am at 27. And a lot of change and stuff have to happen for me to grow and evolve into the woman that I am now. And I think even though it was super uncomfortable, it was definitely necessary. And I think sometimes people don't know how to accept that, you know, and sometimes things just need to happen for you to be you. And that's really just the reality of things. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's annoying. Yes, it's like, you know what I mean? But it needs to happen. And once you go through the period of like, oh my God, like I'm so tired of whatever. When you get on the other side, of that change, y'all, trust me, it's one of the most rewarding feeling on this planet. And another pro about change is patience. I think when you've gone through a lot, you understand more. So you're more patient. I never had any patience. And I think growing up, you know, being so like, being sheltered or being bullied in school or just being in a situation where other people just didn't like me for no reason, I started to grow this kind of like mentality of not having any patience or whatever. But I feel like after going through everything that I did go through, I understand that people don't love like me. People don't think like me. People don't understand where I'm coming from. So I need to have the patience to understand their point of view so we can both accept the change that's happening. And I think as adults, once we accept that change is necessary for growth in us as people, I think our world would definitely be a better place. I feel like if you and I, let's say y'all my subscribers, and I had a beef, I feel like we come to a conclusion to realize, you know what, Brianna is just going to be Brianna, and you guys are just going to be you guys. So let's both accept the fact that we are no longer in the same, well, not us, because, you know, we believers over here, not us. But I'm saying that, like, we both accept the fact that we're no longer in a space to mesh. So let's just accept the change and love each other from a distance. And when that happens, trust me, life will be so much peacefuler. When you accept your change, life will be totally different or more peaceful for the most part. Yeah, guys, I know I might be rambling about change and stuff, but I really think that it's necessary for us to grow as human beings. I think it's something that has to happen, whether we like it or not. I also think change should always occur when you're going through a different stage in your life, whether you want to do it or not. I feel like when you're from a young adult to a woman, change should happen. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. I think when you reach a different stage in life where now you're a mother, something needs to change. When you go from being a single, independent woman to being a married woman with children, something has to alter. So whether we want it to or not, change is going to happen regardless. And I think that's the thing that nobody knows how to accept. Like, that's going to happen whether we want it to happen or not. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to happen one way or the other. But the way how we handle it is whether it becomes a con or if it's a pro. It's the way that you approach things. And like I said, guys, change is uncomfortable. Change is distracting. Change is depressing. Change is weird. But it always becomes something grand and great if you handle it. If you handle it the right way. Also, change takes time to get adjusted to. So don't beat up yourself because something changed in your life and you feel like it's taking you forever to catch up or get with the program. No, this is why I hate like record. Y'all hear the noise in the background? Like, come on. Don't make it feel like you can't like take your time to adjust to a change. Because Brandon dying, that took me a few years to adjust to, or me not having the same friends that I used to have, it took me a couple of months to adjust to. Me no longer being an associate and now being in a manager's position took a little bit of time to accustom to. So, you know, don't let nobody make you feel like you can't take your time on adjusting to change, because sometimes you do need that time to adjust to change. So don't let anyone make you feel uncomfortable. But I just want to thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. Diva Levas, I know I need to be on YouTube like twice a week. And because of, there's so much in store, y'all. When I tell y'all the content, I'm just building up the courage to even put this content out there. But I'm definitely grateful for my Diva Leva gang. I thank you guys so much for all my supporters, for actually always like, yo, Brianna, when you gonna drop content? Brianna, it's Wednesday. What's going on? You guys actually care about what I think about. And I say that all the time because it really matters to me. Like, I say that all the time to be like, oh my God, but it really matters to me. And I just thank you guys so much for being a part of my journey here on YouTube. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Tell your friends to tell their friends, if they're not already subscribed to my channel, to click that subscribe button down below and be a part of the Diva Leva gang here on YouTube, which is the best channel on YouTube. I give face, I give hair, I give makeup, I give pink, I give girl chats, I give story times, I give vlogs, I give vacays, okay? I give drama, I give lashes. Come on, why wouldn't you want to be a part of my channel? Press subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week in my next video. Peace. Mwah.